सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन, पल पल छिन छिन राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, प्रात समय की शुभ वेला में, संध्या समय की पुलकित रजनी, रोम रोम से निकले तेरे, राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, गहरा सागर टूटी नैया, जीवन तरणी राम खेवैया, पार करेंगे राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर, चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर, सार तत्व की खोज किए जा, प्रेम सरस रस रोज पिए जा, राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन। राम जपा कर, राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। चंचल मन नित राम जपा कर। ओम नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Let us chant from verse number 10. Together. सह यज्ञाः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम् एष वोस्त्विष्टकामधुक् देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैर्दत्तानप्रदायैभ्यः यो भुङ्क्ते यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते ते त्वघं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्. Yes. So the essence of karma yoga is this: performance of one's duties, performing it as best as we can, performing it as a worship of the Lord, and then receiving the results with prasada bhavana. So in this way, when actions are performed, then those actions purify the mind. Not only it helps us in evolving spiritually, this itself is a secret of attracting material prosperity towards us. So that is what is said in verse number 10. Sahayajna prajasruštva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam eshavahatu ishtakamadhuk. So after having created mankind, the Lord gave this loving instruction, parting message to the mankind. With this bhava, with yajna bhava, you live in this world. This is the way to bless yourself and bless everyone. So then what will happen when we live in this yajna bhava? So yesterday we were saying, what is this yajna bhava? When we perform our duties, pouring out our God-given talents and abilities for the welfare of all, working for the common goal, keeping the bigger picture in mind, and then as a worship of the Lord, without ego and egocentric desire, sinking all the personal differences and opinions, working in a spirit of cooperation and not. Yes, so this attitude is what is called as yajna spirit. This is the way we have to live in our family. This is the way we have to live in the society. This is the way we have to work in any organization. This should enter into our blood. So wherever we go, the question we must ask is, how can I contribute? How can I give? Instead of asking, what can I get? This is called yajna bhava. Wherever this spirit is nurtured and nourished, there is plenty and prosperity. That is the essence of yajna spirit. What happens when a person lives this way? Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha. With this attitude, you worship the devatas. So who are these devatas? They are the cosmic forces. Who are they? See, in our scriptures, when we say Surya Devata, Chandra Devata, Varuna Devata, etc., Actually, what they mean is the laws regarding those entities. So the whole cosmos is functioning based on laws. So that presiding deity who is in charge of these laws, they are called as Devatas. So for example, Surya Devata, when we say sun god, all the laws associated with sun is called Surya Devata. So basically what I said it is, if you obey this cosmic law, these cosmic laws will in turn bless you. That is true with every law. You obey the traffic law, the traffic police will bless you, the traffic laws will bless you. So what is the blessing of traffic laws? You reach your destination safe, you reach your destination quickly. You disobey those laws, the very same laws will punish you. So this is true with all cosmic laws, and this is one law. The law is dharmo rakshati rakshitah. You live a righteous life, a God-oriented life, a life blessing others, a selfless life, then those laws will protect you. That is what is said here. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu parasparam bhavayantah shreyah param avapsyatha ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyanti yajna bhavitaha. Whatever your desires are, it will be fulfilled. You need not know how. Mysteriously, the cosmic forces will align themselves in such a way in order to bless you. This is the meaning. The more and more you are grateful towards the cosmos for whatever has been given to you, the cosmos will bless you with more and more. It is a cosmic law. Whatever you are given, you be grateful to those blessings. But whatever is given to you, you don't value it. Instead, you are complaining regarding whatever is not given to you. In this way, when we live, what will happen? Whatever is given to you also will be taken away from you. That is also a cosmic law. Suppose a beggar comes to you for food and you give some food. The beggar says, "What have you given?" Next day if he comes, will you feel like giving? But suppose that person expresses his gratitude. "Thank you, Amma, very much. I was really hungry. Thank you very much for giving this." Next time when he comes, you feel like giving more, isn't it? So the same, whatever is happening in Vyashti, the same thing happens in Samashti also. Whatever happens in microcosm, the same laws are applicable to macrocosm also. So obey these laws and live your life. Everything will be fine. Everything will be beautiful. But on the other hand, Tair dattan apradayebhyah yo bhungte stena evasaha. A person who lives a selfish life, only thinking about himself and his near and dear ones, and lives such a selfish life, Bhagavan says, stena evasaha. Such a person is a thief. Bhunjate te tvagham papaha ye pachanti atmakarana. Those who cook for themselves, meaning living a very selfish life, not bothering about the cosmos. Such a person, what are they eating? They are eating nothing but sin. Papaha. So see the terms used for these people. Papaha, stenaha. Two more terms will come later. Sinners, thieves. So what are they attracting towards themselves? They are attracting towards themselves all unconducive environment. They are attracting towards themselves all sufferings. Why there is so much of suffering in this world? It is self-created. Through our selfish, narrow-minded thinking and behaving, we attract suffering to ourselves. So this is what Bhagavan says. Now Bhagavan says, Arjuna, the entire cosmos, if you see, there is this yajna bhava happening everywhere. How is it? Let us see. Verse number 14, 15 and 16. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavah yajñād bhavati parjanyah yajñah karma samudbhavah annād bhavanti bhūtāni yajñād bhavati parjanyah yajñah karma samudbhavah karma brahmodbhavam viddhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajñe pratishthitam karma brahmodbhavam viddhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartayati hayah aghayurindriya ramah mogham partha sajivati evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartayati hayah aghayurindriya ramah. Yes, Arjuna, there is a cosmic cycle functioning all the time. Evam pravartitam chakram. So what is that cosmic cycle of yajna? So that cycle is mentioned here. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Bhutani annad bhavanti. Bhutani, all beings are born. They are born from what? Annad, from food. Beings are born from food. Okay, where is food coming from? Parjanyad anna sambhavah. Food is coming from parjanya. Parjanya means what? Rain. Beings come from food. Food comes from rain. Where is rain coming from? Yajñād bhavati parjanyah. Rain comes from yajna. Now this is a very unique information given here. Rain comes from yajna. Okay. Where is yajna coming from? Yajna karma samudbhavah. Yajna comes from actually karma, actions. Okay. Where is this information given about yajna karma? Karma Brahma udbhavam vidhi. This yajna karma, this information is present in Brahma. What is Brahma? So here Brahma means the Vedas. Brahma means Vedas. So this information is present in the Vedas. Okay, where has Veda come from? Brahma akshara samudbhavam. It has come from Aksharam, the imperishable. So who is the imperishable? The Lord Himself. So yajna karma has come from the Vedas. Vedas have come from Bhagavan Himself. Tasmat, therefore, Sarvagatam Brahma, that all pervading Lord, Nityam Yajne Pratishtitam. That Lord is ever established in Yajna. If you want to reach that Lord, the gateway is the gateway of Yajna. That is the meaning. If you want to conquer the Lord, win over the Lord, reach the Lord, the way is through Yajna Karma. So here, what is being said here? Beings are born from food. Food comes from rain. Rain comes from Yajna Karma. Yajna Karma comes from Vedas. Vedas come from the Supreme Lord. This is the sequence given. Now, if you superficially analyze this, it is true. What is true? Rain comes from Yajna Karma. Very interestingly, whenever this chapter is taken, rain comes. Yajnat bhavati parjanya. You see, this is called as Gita Jnana Yajna. Rain comes from Yajna. I have taken this chapter at least 20 to 30 times. And every time something would happen. Some rain would come. So, in a traditional sense, Yajna means that Homa, Havana, etc. So, whenever they had the shortage of rain, drought, etc., the entire village would come together and each one would offer their contribution. The Brahmanas would chant the mantras and do the ritual. The other people, they would, there is something called cow dung plastering in India. They do that. Those people who are good in making pandals, they would make pandals. Those who had cows, they would bring curd and ghee and milk, etc. So the entire village would come together and they would perform what is called as Parajanya Homa. So, and then it is said that whenever that Homa would end, there would be a shower of rain. So that is a traditional meaning. Now, Puja Gurudev has given a beautiful meaning here, which is applicable everywhere. So what did Puja Gurudev say? You see, Annam means success in life. That which we enjoy. The beings enjoy. Success. Now where does that success come from? Success means Annam here. So, for success, there has to be a conducive environment. That conducive environment is called rain. But that conducive environment comes when each and every one we come together and perform actions in a spirit of yajna. So see, yajnat bhavati parjanya. So when people come together in that spirit, there is a conducive environment which is formed, and this conducive environment brings success, and this success is enjoyed by all beings. So the same traditional verses, they are interpreted in a modern way so that we can connect. If you say Parjanya Homa, etc., nowadays nobody is able to connect. But this way, when the whole verses are interpreted, it makes sense to us. Now, if you see this, in this nature also, every entity in nature is doing yajna karma. This is another way of analyzing this equation. For example, sun is giving heat. So what is sun doing? Constantly it is burning itself for the welfare of all. Interestingly, Sunday is not a holiday for sun. Though it is Sunday, it is a working day for sun. So it is constantly burning itself for the welfare of all. So that becomes yajna karma for the sun. And what is this ocean doing? In that heat, it gives its water into vapor. So ocean is also doing yajna karma. And then finally we have clouds. And what is the wind doing? It carries these clouds. That is the yajna karma of the wind. And finally, what do these clouds do? It disappears. in the form of rain. So that is also yajna karma. It's a sacrifice. Cloud sacrifices itself and becomes a rain. Okay, rainwater falls. Then what happens? The plants grow, isn't it? The plants grow. The what you call the soil, it gives its nutrition to these plants. The seed sacrifices itself to become the plant. And then again, plant sacrifices itself for other animals. The lower animal sacrifices itself for higher animals. So you will find that in the whole world, yajna karma is happening continuously. At the lower levels, you helplessly sacrifice. At the higher levels, you lovingly sacrifice. That is the difference. When a lion eats what you call a deer helplessly sacrifices, not lovingly. It has no other choice. But there is a yajna karma there. And as a result of that yajna karma, this deer gets a higher birth in its next incarnation. No sacrifice in this world goes a waste. No pain in this world goes a waste. If a being has gone through struggle, pain, suffering, the cosmos blesses it with a higher evolution. So in this way, in the lower stages, you will find that beings sacrifice choicelessly. But at the higher stages, more and more a person becomes evolved, he consciously, lovingly, choicefully does this sacrifice. In fact, this is a sign of evolution of a being. Whether you are evolved or not, what is the proof? Are you willingly sacrificing yourself for the welfare of all? This is the test, we can say. Higher and higher a being is evolved, nearer and nearer that person is towards God. And in such a person's life, you will find sacrifice comes automatically. Sacrifice comes cheerfully, willingly. This is actually the sign of evolution. Such people are called in our Shastras as Brahmanas, holy men. Brahmana is not somebody who is just born in a Brahmana family. It is said, Janmana Jayate Shudra. By birth, everybody is a Shudra. What makes you a Brahmana is this attitude. My life should be useful for others. My life should be a life of sacrifice and service. With this attitude, when a person lives in the society, such a person is indeed worshipful. Because that person is very near to God, because the only qualification necessary to reach God is a pure mind, and this is the sign of a pure mind. Right. Now, here, Bhagavan says, Evam pravartitam chakram. Evam pravartitam chakram means what? Chakram means a cycle. So when will you call something a cycle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere 4 is combining it 1, isn't it? Whereas if you see here, we don't see any cycle here. Beings are born from food. Food comes from rain. Rain comes from yajna karma. Yajna karma comes from Vedas. Vedas come from the Lord. Lord comes from you can't say from beings. So there is no chakra here. Now Bhagavan says in verse number 16, Evam pravartitam chakram. It is a cyclic thing. So how should we understand this? So this is the way to understand. Beings come from food. Food comes from rain. Rain comes from yajna karma. Yajna karma comes from the beings. Are you able to see the cycle here? Who has to do yajna karma? The beings have to do yajna karma. When beings do yajna karma, then as a result, everything happens. So this is called as chakram here. So therefore, the whole point is everyone in this world should engage in yajna karma. As far as human beings are concerned, this choice is given. As far as lower beings are concerned, no choice is given. A plant is not given a choice whether to do yajna karma or not. It will be forcefully eaten by other animals. No choice is given. But as far as a human being is concerned, because he is the crust and crown of creation, the best in creation, he has been given a lot of freedom. As you go higher and higher in creation, in that evolutionary ladder, you are given more and more freedom. Now, freedom is dangerous. Why freedom is dangerous? We can rightly use and also we may wrongly use. So therefore, human beings have to be extremely careful. See, that is why all the education, everything is only for human beings. Because this person can take a wrong track. Evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartayati iha. That person who doesn't follow this cycle, meaning he lives a selfish life. So Bhagavan is saying every one of us, we have to live in this way. See, each and every being is important in this world in making this cosmic cycle function beautifully and smoothly. Have you seen this, clock, mechanical clock? Inside, if you open, there are so many wheels, isn't it? Bigger wheels are there, smaller wheels are there. You see, even if one small wheel stops functioning, the whole thing comes to a standstill, isn't it? Everyone is important there, whether you are a big wheel or a small wheel. Only then the whole thing smoothly functions. So here Bhagavan is saying that the cosmic working, see, rain is something which is associated with the cosmic functioning. It appears that that cosmic functioning called rain has nothing to do with our action in this world. What is Bhagavan saying here? No, everything is connected. How people are living in the world and the climate change, they are associated, they are connected. You see, when Yudhishthira was ruling the kingdom, it is said in Bhagavatam, when Yudhishthira was ruling the kingdom after that Mahabharata war, it is said that seasons would change exactly at the right time. Every 2 months, perfectly the season would change. The rain would be perfect. Neither ativrishti nor anavrishti. Too much of rain, too less rain. No, exactly the right amount of rain would come. And it is said the cows used to carry the udders full of milk, that the milk would drip. You see, so much of excess, even after calf drinking. Everywhere there was prosperity. Why? Because people were living a righteous life. Why they were living a righteous life? Because such a righteous king was ruling them. This is the description given in Bhagavatam, as we call Ramarajya. You see, the cosmic functioning and our behavior, they are interconnected. Now today what is happening? So much of climate change is happening, isn't it? Lot of places, everywhere something or the other is happening. Either there is flood, too much of rain, some natural calamity, earthquake. Now don't think that it is just, an unrelated. No, it is not. When people live selfishly, these things starts happening. Recently what is that? California fire. You may give some superficial answer. Somewhere some spark was there and wind was there and this and that. But know for sure the way we live and the way the cosmos behave, they are deeply connected. All those things we can understand from these verses. So, evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartayati hayah. That person who doesn't follow this, what you call cosmic law, living in yajna spirit, who is he? Aghayurindriyaramaha. Another two names are given to this person. Aghayuhu. Ayu means lifespan. Agham means sin. His lifespan is nothing but sin, filled with sin. Such a sinner, Aghayuhu Indriyaramaha, the one who takes aram. Aram means what? One who revels in sense pleasures. Indulgent person. Indriyaramaha, Bhagavan says, Mogham Partha Sajivati. Such a person lives in vain. He has been blessed with human birth, human life. What is the glory of human life? In this human life, when you live a righteous life, there is a possibility to become one with the Creator. That is the glory of human life. You can become one with Bhagavan, you can experience your oneness with Him, you can get completely liberated by attaining the highest. But then, if the human birth is misused, then that human birth is a waste. So Bhagavan says, Mogham Partha Sajivati. Alas, he lives in vain. So see another two terms. What are the earlier two terms given to this person? Stenaha, Papaha, Papaha. Now Aghayuhu, fourth Indriyaramaha. You see, Bhagavan is very angry with such people who live a selfish, indulgent life. And you will always find that in society, they suffer the maximum. Never should we say that, see, that politician is corrupt, but he is enjoying his life. When you are saying he is enjoying his life, you are saying that Bhagavan made a mistake. And that is why you will get disturbed. Any person who makes such statements that somebody is corrupt and he is enjoying, any person who makes such statements, that person will be miserable. Because you are doubting the justice of God. That means you have not understood the cosmic laws properly. And any person who says that this person is corrupt and still he is enjoying, know for sure that this person, if he gets an opportunity, he will become corrupt. You understand? I am not corrupt because I have not yet got an opportunity. The fundamental should be very, very strong. As long as I am living an unrighteous life, I can never be happy in this world. I may have a lot of money, but tension, worry, anxiety, all these politicians, if you see, even to get a proper sleep, they have to depend on sleeping pills. That is their condition. The laws are very strict here. If you want true happiness, higher peace, contentment, fulfillment, there is no other way other than living a righteous life, a clean life. So all these things have to be understood. So now Indriyarama is mentioned. Now Bhagavan goes on to describe Atmaramaha. Just the opposite. You see the comparison given. A person who lives a clean life, good life, yajna-oriented life, what happens to him? Verse number 17 and 18. Yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavaha atmanyeva cha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavaha atmanyeva cha santushtaha tasya karyam naiva tasya krutenarthaha na kruteneha kaschana na chasya sarvabhuteshu कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः न कृतेनेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः. Yes, on the other hand, yah tu. Tu means but. So always there's a comparison. So here is this person who is living a completely selfish, indulgent life, and he becomes a slave of the world, slave of the mind, slave of the senses, leads a miserable life. On the other hand, yahatu atma ratihi. Now here is a person who lived a beautiful life, God oriented life, and with that he has attained tremendous purity of mind, and with that purity of mind he has understood his oneness with God. Such a person is described here. So what are the terms used? Atma ratihi eva syat atma truptah atmanyevacha santushtah. Three terms are used. Atma ratihi, atma truptah, atmanyevacha santushtah. So here atma means I. I is called atma. So what is that atma which he is experiencing? He is not experiencing the egoistic I which we are experiencing now. He is experiencing the supreme I or the supreme self. He has come to know that this God whom I was searching outside, actually he is right here in me, as the very self in me, as the very I in me. So therefore, where is his attention now? His attention is upon this higher I. In fact, with his pure living, he has completely effaced his lower I. The ego is completely gone. So when he looks into his heart, whom does he find? The egoistic I or the supreme I? He finds the supreme I. Now what is the nature of that supreme I? It is Sat Chit Anand. Infinite bliss is the nature of that I. So that infinite bliss he enjoys, he revels in it. That is what is mentioned here. Atma ratihi. Rati means to revel. Reveling in the self. Atma truptah. Completely satisfied in that self. Atmanyevacha santushtah. Totally contented in that self. Meaning, now he is free from all kinds of desires. Yes, yesterday we had discussed the purpose of all desire is happiness. Now he is gaining infinite happiness, because of which now there is no more any desire. For such a person, tasya karyam na vidyate. For him, there is no responsibility. He becomes free from all responsibilities. He becomes free from all duties. Duties and responsibilities are only for those people who are bound to this world. As long as I am in the school, I have responsibilities, duties, I have to do homework, attend the class, etc. But once I have passed out of the school, then there is no more responsibility. In the same way, in this university called world, this person has passed out. Meaning, he has attained self-realization. Now, such a person is called Jivan Muktah. Even while alive, he is liberated. He is no more identified with the body. So such a person, for him, he is free from all kinds of duties and responsibilities. Naivatasya kritena artha. By doing something, he is not going to gain anything. Na akruteneha kaschana. By not doing anything, he is not going to lose anything. Najasya sarvabhuteshu kaschit arthavyapashrayah. And he is completely independent of everyone, everything. He doesn't depend on anyone for anything. That is the state which he has reached. Means what? Complete mastery. Mastery over the mind, mastery over the senses, mastery over the world. He is a master. Now see the comparison. A karmi becomes a slave of the mind, slave of the world, slave of the senses. A karma yogi becomes a master. A karmi lives a miserable life. A karma yogi attains supreme bliss. So this comparison has to be done. A karmi is indriya ramaha. A karma yogi becomes atma ramaha. One revels in the outer world, the other revels in the inner self. So Bhagavan is comparing these two. You see the difference. When you are performing action without knowledge, you bind yourself. A karmi is completely bound. A karma yogi becomes completely liberated. You see, this is the difference which knowledge makes. Just by performing action, that alone will not do. Right action with the right attitude, with the right understanding, that completely transforms us. A karmi is bound to this world, comes back again and again. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, whereas a karma yogi liberates himself. So in this way, Arjuna, therefore I want you to... What was the question? Bhagavan, why should I fight if knowledge is great? Arjuna, even now I say knowledge is great. This is the glory of a man of knowledge. But to gain that knowledge, you must have a pure mind. In order to have a pure mind, you must perform your duties with the attitude of Karma Yoga, with the attitude of Yajna Bhava. Therefore, see the next verse, verse number 19. Tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma tasmat. Therefore, Arjuna, I want you to be an Atma Rama and not Indriya Rama. Tasmat, therefore, asaktas satatam karyam karma samachara. Therefore, perform your duties. Asakta, detached. Samachara, doing it as best as you can. So, all those principles of Karma Yoga is again repeated. Now, we have to be very careful with this term asakta. Asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. By performing your duties in a detached way, you attain the highest. Now this detachment is a very dangerous term. Because many times we think performing action without attachment or with detachment means heartlessly, mechanically doing it. Many times people misunderstand this term this way. Doing somewhere or the other. What are you doing? I am doing Karma Yoga. Because Bhagavan said asaktaha you should do. No asakti should be there. No attachment should be there. So detached way. Detached way means what? Mechanically, heartlessly, some way or the other, finish it off. Sorry, that is not the meaning. Okay? You have to be very careful with some of these terms in Sanskrit. In fact, if you perform action that way, that is the worst kind of performing action. It is called as tamasic way. Tamasic, worst. You are doing something heartlessly, mechanically, you are not there, your mind is somewhere else, you are doing something carelessly. That is not asakta karma. So there are three ways you can perform action. The lowest and the worst is tamasic way. What is tamasic way? This way. Carelessly do something, heartlessly do something, finish it somehow or the other. So this is called as unhealthy detachment. Unhealthy detachment. This is the tamasic way, the worst way. The next best is doing it with unhealthy attachment. Unhealthy attachment is what? You're doing it but full of tension and worry and anxiety. It is better than the other one. At least he's doing it. Sincerely he's doing it, but lot of tension and worry. So therefore it is called as unhealthy attachment. That is a rajasic way. But even better is sattvic way. What is a sattvic way of doing? Healthy detachment. That is what is mentioned here. Healthy detachment is what? You are doing it properly, as best as you can, paying attention to all details, but at the same time not insisting upon the results, doing it as a worship of the Lord. Bhagavan, if the results come, good. If it doesn't come, fine. I have some expectation, but if it doesn't come, I accept it as prasad of the Lord. This is called as healthy detachment. So whenever such terms come, asaktah, it means not unhealthy detachment. What does it mean? Healthy detachment. Healthy detachment or healthy attachment, you can say, whatever the way is. Meaning you are performing your action beautifully well, but at the same time you are detached. This is the way actions have to be performed. Asakto hyacharan karma. In this way, when you perform your duties, param apnoti purushaha, you will definitely attain the highest. Bhagavan, how do I know whether I will attain the highest? Maybe I am the guinea pig for you. Are you trying something on me? No, Arjuna. Very many people have attained the highest by walking this path. That is the content of the next verse, verse number 20. कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि. Arjuna, you are not the first person. Very many have walked this path and attained to perfection. Karmana eva samsiddhim astitaha. Through this path of action only. Samsiddhim astitaha. They have attained perfection. Bhagavan, can you name somebody? Janakadayaha. Like King Janaka. He was a king. Now see the example given here. Arjuna is a kshatriya, a warrior, has a royal blood. So what kind of example should be given? Not some Brahmana example or Vaishya example. Example also should be in tune with the questioner. So Janaka, a kshatriya's example is given. A king's example is given. Adayaha means etc. Very many of them, like Janaka. So Ambarisha, Rantidev, so many such characters. In the scriptures we find them. Arjuna, very many have walked this path and attained. You are not the first person. So it is a well-trodden path. But Arjuna, even if now earlier Bhagavan has said that the person who is reveling in the self, for him there is no duty. Now Bhagavan says, Arjuna, even if you belong to that exceptional category, who has no duty, that category of a Jivan Mukta, for him there is no duty. Even if you belong to that, even then I will tell you, you must fight this war. Why is it so? Lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartum arhasi. Because fortunately or unfortunately, you are a role model in the society. You have a big fan following. You are very famous. So therefore, So many people are looking at you. If you make one mistake there will be millions who will be committing the same mistake. So therefore you cannot afford to make a mistake once you become popular. Lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartum arhasi. For the welfare of the world, to guide the mankind, you must perform action. So this is an extra responsibility upon all those who have become popular. Now Arjuna was number one archer of the world. So for all youngsters, he was a role model. So therefore comes a very famous verse of this chapter, often quoted in different platforms, verse number 21. Yadyadacharate shresthaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate यद्यदाचरते श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते lokastadanuvartate. Arjuna, there is one law in this world. Yad shrestha acharati. Whatever a famous person, popular person does, tat eva itaraha janaha. The others will just blindly imitate that person. Sayat pramanam kurute. Whatever he demonstrates, whatever he does and shows, lokaha tat anuvartate. Others will blindly follow him. This is the law of this world. Whatever my hero, my role model does, I will blindly follow that person. This is how human beings behave. You see these youngsters with torn pants. There is no reason why you have to tear your pants so literally he looks like a beggar. But then I was told that no, Swamiji, they are deliberately torn it. You have to pay a price to tear it. Horrible. But why are they doing it? My role model, a pop star, a sports star, he is doing it, therefore I also do. All kinds of strange hairstyles, if you find. And nowadays you can color it also in different ways. Some people have screwed up completely, eyebrows, lips, nose, ears, everywhere screws are there. It seems it's very painful. Number one, it is very painful process, somebody told me. Number two, there is all possibility of infection, it seems. Number three, whenever you are going under some magnetic field and all that, especially in airport here, lot of problems are there. In spite of all these pains, still they do it. And you have to maintain it also. You have to go on cleaning it. The maintenance is a big affair. But still this person does. Why? My hero has done it. Therefore I do. There is no intellectual answer for this. This is the reason. Yad acharati shresthaha tat eva itaraha jana. We tend to imitate our role models. Therefore, Arjuna, in the society you have a big fan following. If you retreat from this war, take a wrong step, not doing your duty, very many will do the same mistake. So you are setting up a wrong example in the society. Especially the sports star, etc., when they, advertise for drinks, etc., especially this alcohol, very dangerous. cigarette, alcohol, what do you call that, pan, pasand and all that. They don't know their responsibility. They are behaving very irresponsible. Sometimes they may not use also. They just for that advertisement they pose. And so many youngsters are misled. So Arjuna, don't make this mistake. Now this verse Puja Gurudev used as a parenting tip. As parents, what is our responsibility? This is your responsibility. When a child is born, by default, for a child, parents are the role models. That is how the whole world is created. The small child completely depends on mother for everything. And slowly for the child, mother becomes everything, role model. But as the child grows, the buddhi also grows. So, what is the best parenting tip you can give? This is the one. In front of your child, be your best. By preaching, you can't improve your child. The biggest mistake we do is this. We don't live, we only give advice. Advice, oh advice, preaching, oh preaching. Nothing happens. Why? I myself don't follow. I want my children to be free from all this addiction to these devices, gadgets. But what is my condition? I am also in the same. That will not work. You see the term used here. Sayat pramanam kurute. What does he demonstrate? Not preaching here. Demonstrating. Meaning you have to live it and show it. They should see a living example in front of their eyes. This is the way. This is the best parenting tip. You live it and show your child how to do it. If the mother is screaming, yelling, shouting, highly disturbed, you think that mother can ever be a role model for the child? Impossible. When I am looking up to a person as a role model, generally you will find that, you see, a person who is always disturbed is a very weak person. A person who shouts, gets angry, yelling, shouting, not answering properly, telling lies, crooked, wicked ways. That person I can never keep that person as my role model. Because when I am keeping somebody as role model, I am going to hang on to that person. Remember, I want an alambanam, a support to hang on. Because whenever I get discouraged, disturbed, I want that person to uplift me, to strengthen me. But suppose I find that there is a weak person. He may be my father, my mother. I will not feel like hanging on. I want a strong. It is exactly like a person who is falling down. Which branch will he catch? Weak branch or the strong branch? Strong. I am falling. I need a support. I will hold on to something strong. In the same way, I want some strong personality in the society whom I can hold on, who can inspire me, strengthen me. And you will always find that strength and peace, they go together. Disturbance and weakness, they go together. So therefore, as parents, if we have to be a role model, all these values have to be practiced and we have to live in front of our children. That is the essence of this verse. Yadyadacharati sreshtaha tattat eva itaraha janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tat anuvartate. When you start living these values, you will automatically find that others are just following you because they find an inspiration from you. So where should everything start? From others or from me? The change should start from me. As I think Mahatma Gandhi said, the change which you want to see in the world, it should start from you. You be the change which you want to see in the world. It is 100% true. Now Bhagavan is saying, look at me. I am also an internationally famous person. verse number 22, 23, 24. न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम् त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम् वर्त एव च कर्मणि न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम् नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्त एव च कर्मणि यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम् जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयं जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहं संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः. Yes, Arjuna, now look at me. Name parthasti kartavyam. I don't have any kartavyam, any responsibility. Trishu lokeshu kinchana, in the three worlds. I have no responsibilities. Nanavaptam avaptavyam. There is nothing which I have not gained, for which I have to gain. Bhagavan is, Yogeshwara Krishna, the Lord of the universe. Bhagavan says, though I have nothing to gain in this world, varta eva cha karmani. See, I am constantly working in this world. Why, Bhagavan, you are working? Yadihyaham na varteyam jatu karmani atandritaha. If I don't function in this world tirelessly, then what will happen? Mama vartma anuvartante manushya partha sarvashah. All these human beings, they will just follow me. Oh, Bhagavan did like this, Bhagavan is doing like this, we will also do the same thing. They will not think that, oh, Bhagavan is capable, I am not capable. No. And always you will find that which is easy to follow, people blindly follow. Shiva drank bhang, we will also drink. Arey, Shiva drank poison also. No. You see? That which is a shortcut, we want to follow. That is how the human beings are. So therefore Bhagavan says, therefore I have to be extremely careful. Utsideyurume lokaha nakuryam karma chedaham. If I don't perform action, the whole world will perish because everybody will follow me. Sankarasya cha kartasyam, there will be total mess with regard to duties, responsibilities, ashramas. Upahanyami maaf prajaha, and thus all these people, this praja will die. For example, Bhagavan is Yogeshwara Krishna. He can always sit and meditate. He can just enter into samadhi without any difficulty. But suppose Bhagavan sits and meditates, what will others do? They will meditate and sleep. Bhagavan is sitting with closed eyes, I will also do it. So that is why Bhagavan says, since they will follow me, so therefore, such people who are in respectable positions, they have this extra responsibility of guiding the humanity. Now comes the topic of leadership. How a person who is a leader in the society, how he must live. Verse number 25 and 26. Very important. Saktah karmanya vidvamsah karmanya vidvamsah yatha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvans tatha saktah chikirshurloka sangraham saktah karmanya vidvamsah yatha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvans tatha saktah chikirshurloka sangraham na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidvan yuktas samacharan na buddhi bhedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani. Yes. Yatha avidvamsah, just like an ignorant person. How does he perform action? Saktaha, fully attached. Yatha kurvanti, just like he performs action. So just like an ignorant person is fully attached, fully passionate about the results, and then he is with all tension, worry, etc. he does. How intensely he does that action, in the same way, tatha kuryat vidwan tatha asaktah. In the same way, the wise people also, with the same zeal, with the same intensity, they also must perform action, but with what attitude? Asaktah, unattached, and chikirshuhu loka sangraham, for the welfare of the humanity, for the society. So for the welfare and well-being of the world, a vidwan, a wise person, should be busy in the world, just like an ignorant person is selfishly busy expecting results. So intensity-wise, it should be the same. But when that wise person is in the society, a special warning is given. Na buddhi vedam jane ajnanam karma sanginam. In the society, majority of the people will be of this category. Who are they? They are ajnanis, they are karma sangis. Ignorant people. What is the sign of ignorance? That person who finds motivation from the result, from the goal. And he is working hard. I want to achieve this. And he is working hard. Now you go and tell, fool, never expect results. Do it for worship of God. This is called as buddhi bheda. Many times we do this. There is somebody who is working hard, passionate about the goal, intensely working, and we give our wisdom gained from satsang. What is our wisdom? Never work for results. Karmanyevadhikaraste. And then what happens? As a result of your wise guidance, what happens? This person, whatever little inspiration he had to achieve something, that also gone. Where has he gone now? From rajas, he has come down to tamas. Lazy. Now he is, that little inspiration also, you put water into it. You put off that fire of inspiration with your words of guidance gained from Karma Yoga talks. Do you know what will happen if you perform action filled with desires? You will be bound. Karma bandhana. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Bandhana. You scare that person. Earlier he was working hard. Now what has happened? Because he is not able to understand that higher level, working as a worship of the Lord, to please the Lord. He is not able to understand. He only understands this result which is in front of him. And therefore he was working hard. And then you have created what is called here as Buddhi Bhedam. You confused him. Now what is he doing? He is not doing anything. Why unnecessarily get into karma bandhana? Better. Don't do that. A warning is given. Then what should we do? Joshet sarvakarmani vidwan yuktaha samacharan. A beautiful guidance given. Along with them work. Shoulder to shoulder work. Don't give this. You see, right advice given to a wrong person will have only wrong results. The advice is right, but that person is not fit enough. Never give that. So a person who is very lazy, what kind of advice should be given? Inject him with worldly desires. Hey, if you work hard, you will get a lot of money. Promotion. Then he is inspired. Then he will work hard. You have to take the tamasic person to the rajasic level. Then that is the right advice. Now he is already working, he has earned enough, but there is no peace of mind. Then give the next advice. What is the next advice? Selfless action. He has understood the limitation of hard work. That everything of the things, being, situation, everything, whatever, name, fame, power, position, nothing is going to give me happiness. Once that is reached, then he is fit for karma yoga. Something higher. And once he has purified, give him the advanced techniques of meditation. So depending upon the person, advice should be given. Otherwise what will happen? Highly active person, you give karma yoga, he becomes tamasic, inactive. Na buddhi vedam janet. Understand the nature of the person and give the right advice. Understand the disease and give medicine. So how to do? So beautiful technique is given. Work along with them. And slowly, slowly you will understand the nature of different people. And those people also will see that there is a huge difference. The same work I am also doing, he is also doing. I get exhausted in 2 hours. This man is very cheerful even after 8-10 hours of work. How is it that I am getting exhausted and he is not getting exhausted? How is it that he is full of life, full of energy, in spite of equal amount of works which we have done? Then he will come and ask, hey, what is your secret? Then you tell the secret, little. Because now you have become a role model in his eyes. Now whatever you say, he will listen because he is seeing a result. A karma yogi, he will work for so many hours and still he is fresh, he is cheerful, he is bubbling with energy. Whereas a karmi, immediately he gets exhausted because of tension, worry, anxiety, stress. That is a advice given here. Joshayet. Be with them. Sarva karmani samacharan. Along with him, do your work, do the work. But at the same time, inspire him. What is needed to him, give him. So this is the way people have to be inspired. Now the question comes, Bhagavan, tell me, who is a wise person? You said wise person should inspire the otherwise, isn't it? Ignorant people, the wise person should inspire. What is the definition of wisdom? Who is a wise person? So the next 3 verses is connected to that. That we will see tomorrow. Right. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.